Was St. Nicholas a real person? What's up, smarty people? It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the KeysDAN studio. And this is the KeysDAN Show. The jolly red-suited Santa Claus who delivers presents on Christmas Eve is a beloved and immediately recognizable figure in much of the world. He is very much a magical, whimsical character, but his origin story has its roots in a real historical person, St. Nicholas of Myra. We know very little of St. Nicholas's life, but historical evidence does confirm that he was a living, breathing man who lived in the 3rd and 4th century CE. While many of the recorded details about St. Nicholas are quite likely embellished, falling more into the realm of myth than reality, most suggest he lived a life of generosity and service to others. His acts not only helped lay the foundation for the modern Christmas tradition, but also paved the way for the now iconic figure of Santa Claus, sometimes known as Saint Nick, the historical Nicholas. Very little is known about the real-life Nicholas. It's believed he was born sometime around 280 CE in the Lycian seaport of Patara near Myra in modern-day Turkey, which at the time was part of the Roman Empire. It is often said he was born to wealthy Christian parents, and following Jesus' teachings, he used his entire inheritance to help the needy and sick. While still a young man, he traveled to Palestine and Egypt. Soon after returning to Lycia, he became Bishop of Myra. When the Roman Empire Diocletian began his persecution of Christians in 303 CE, Nicholas was imprisoned and quite likely tortured. Later in 325 CE, he may have attended the First Council of Nicaea, a council of Christian bishops convened by the Roman Emperor Constantine I, the first Roman emperor to convert to Christianity. Nicholas's name appears on some, but not all, of the list of attendees. Being the Bishop of Myra, it would make sense that he was in attendance, although perhaps not as one of the more influential participants. According to legend, it was at the Council of Nicaea that Nicholas struck the heretic priest Arius in the face for arguing that Jesus, the Son of God, was not equal to God the Father. The exact date of Nicholas's death is in dispute, but it is traditionally considered to be December 6th, 343 CE. If correct, St. Nicholas would have been in his 60s or possibly his 70s when he died, a ripe old age at that time. Legends of generosity and gift-giving. Within a century of his death, a cult sprung up around the much-admired Nicholas, and he became venerated as a saint, although the Catholic Church did not begin formally canonizing saints until the 10th century. Before long, St. Nicholas became the center of a series of folk legends. One legend tells how he stopped a violent storm to save the crew of an otherwise doomed ship, for which he became the patron saint of sailors. And another tells how he resurrected 3 children who had been murdered by a butcher, cementing his status as the patron saint of children. Perhaps the most famous tale involves a poor man with 3 daughters. The man could not afford to offer a dowry for his daughters to marry any prospective husbands, a situation that could have forced the young women into lives of slavery or prostitution. According to the legend, Nicholas learned of the family's plight and decided to help. Late one night, he tossed a bag of gold through their window, providing a dowry for the eldest daughter. Another night, he did the same for the second daughter. When he came to deliver gold for the 3rd daughter, the father was watching. He caught Nicholas in the act and expressed his deep gratitude. Nicholas insisted the man tell no one, saying, "You must thank God alone for providing these gifts in answer to your prayers for deliverance." True or not, the legend spread, and from this story emerged the enduring association of St. Nicholas with the act of secret gift-giving. From St. Nicholas to Santa Claus. In the first half of the 9th century, a Byzantine monk known as Michael the Archimandrite wrote the first complete Hagiography of St. Nicholas. Many other, less comprehensive works had been written about him previously, and it is believed that the author drew on these heavily. His account, The Life of St. Nicholas, further established Nicholas's reputation, particularly throughout Europe. By the Middle Ages, St. Nicholas had become one of the most popular and revered saints. He became the patron saint of Apulia in Italy, Sicily in Greece, and Lorraine in France, as well as many cities in Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Italy, Russia, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Thousands of churches were named for him, including 34 in Rome and more than 400 in England. It was during this period that Nicholas's feast day, December 6th, became a traditional day for giving gifts. Particularly in European countries, children would customarily leave shoes, stockings, or boots outside their doors on St. Nicholas Eve, December 5th, and find them filled with treats the next morning. St. Nicholas Day is still recognized in many countries today, but it is now far overshadowed by Christmas Day. As European immigrants came to America, different cultural traditions around St. Nicholas began to merge, including the celebration dates, with December 6th being merged into traditional festivities held on December 25th. Dutch settlers brought with them Sinterklaas, their version of St. Nicholas, who eventually transformed into Santa Claus. Then, in 1823, came the publication of the Clement Clarke Moore poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, better known as The Night Before Christmas, which greatly influenced the modern American conception of Santa Claus as a joyful, plump, and toy-bearing figure. So while the historical Nicholas is indeed shrouded in myth and legend, he was very much a real person. And while he might not recognize himself in today's Santa Claus, his core values of generosity, compassion, and caring for children, as well as his association with gift-giving, live on to this day. Happy Christmas to you and your family. This has been the KeysDAN Show. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.